Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy holidays and all that good stuff. Today we're going to be working on our Christmas game a little bit more. So today we're going to be adding presents and the game over screen, and I'm quite excited to do this. I think this will be a really fun tutorial to do. I'm going to, first off, let's create a sprite, and I'm going to name this obj present, and I'm going to hit edit sprite, and let's make this 32 by 32. Now, for the present sprite, I'm thinking that we have 3 different looking presents. That way it just kind of mixes up a bit. And I think that'll just make the game a little more interesting, a little more unique. So of course for present, I'm gonna take a green, I think, and do just a generic, what do we have here? Yeah, just like a generic little cross. It's kind of an odd looking present. It'll work. We can go back after and edit, and I'm just gonna Control C and Control V and duplicate it, and now I'm gonna get kind of a yellowish color, and I'm going to change that to yellow, looking good. And I'm gonna do the same thing, Control C, Control V to copy and paste, and I'm gonna make this a blue color. So now we've got a green present, a yellow present, and a blue present. I think it looks great. It's not the best sprites of the world, but it'll work fine for now. So of course, what do we want to do first? Well, let's create the present sprite, or the present object first. Let's name this obj present. And the first thing we want to do is we want to add a create event, and this is quite critical for this present because it basically has everything we need. So in the create event, first thing we're going to do is we're going to do vSpeed minus equals 10. Then we're going to say gravity is equal to 0.5. Then we're going to say down here, randomize, I'm going to go through and explain all this after. Randomize rotation is equal to random range 1,4. Image underscore speed is equal to 0. And image underscore index is equal to choose 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 0, 1, 2. So first off, we're setting the vSpeed to -10, so we're going up. Then we're setting the gravity to 0.5, which will eventually bring us back down. And then we're, for the rotation, so we want the presents to rotate slightly. You're throwing presents in the air. We don't want them just to stay flat. We want a bit of movement in there. So what rotation is a variable that is going to be a random, that was my printer. That's going to be a random number between 1 and 4, and that's just the number of rotation we're going to use in the step event. Image underscore speed is equal to 0 because we have multiple sprites in here. If we don't set it to 0, then it's going to keep changing the sprite, and we don't really want that. And then image underscore index is equal to choose 0, 1, 2. So what that is going to do, what that is going to do is it's going to pick a random sprite out of these 3. And I think that will be just fine. So next thing we want to do is we want to add a step event, and we're going to drag in some code once again. And the first thing we want to say is we want to say if vSpeed, oh, that is not how you spell vSpeed, if vSpeed is equal to -10, so if we've reached, because if you don't know, the thing with vSpeed is it doesn't just automatically go to -10, it gradually gets there. And what we want to say is that once we get there, once we've reached the max vSpeed, we want to set vSpeed is equal or plus, oh my goodness, plus equals 6. So once we've what is wrong with me? Once we've reached the max vSpeed, we want to start going back down. So it's going to give us this kind of throw effect here, which I quite like. Next thing we want is we want x plus equals 2, so that's going to make it move over a bit as it spins. And we're going to say image underscore angle plus equals rotation. Now if you recall, rotation is the random number between 1 and 4. So each present will rotate at a slightly different speed. Just gives it a bit more of a unique effect. What is wrong with my printer right now? Why are you making so much noise? Why can I turn you off? Yes, I can. Alright, next we want to say, ready for this, guys? This is the most important line of code you will put in here. It's not the most important, but it's quite an important one. if place underscore meeting xy plus 1 obj chimney. So if the present has collided with the chimney, so if the bottom of the present has collided with the chimney, sorry, instance underscore destroy. So what that's going to do is it's going to destroy the present, and global.presence plus equals 1. So now what it's going to do is it's just going to add 1 to our score. So let's first off, let's set the SBR presence right there. Now let's go into the player, because we have to make it so that the player actually spawns present. So in the step event, we're going to go down a bit. I actually do recall that I have to do this, and place underscore meeting x. Sorry about this, guys. Just going to do this really quick. OBJ rooftop. So down here, I'm just going to say if keyboard underscore check underscore pressed. That's not underscore pressed. Now this is whatever key you want the throw key to be. So it can be X, it could be T, it could be the mouse click. I don't know. But I'm gonna say VK space. And so when we hit the space key, what is going on here? That was weird. Then we want to instance underscore create. So we want to create a new present, and we're going to say X plus. Ready for this? Oh man, this is a tricky line of code. So I'm gonna go back and explain it after. Sprite underscore width divided by 2. Y plus sprite underscore height divided by 2 obj present. And that's that. So what we're going to do is, by doing X plus sprite underscore width divided by 2, that is going to create a new present in the center of our player. And then this is going to basically, when we do sprite underscore width divided by 2 and sprite underscore width height divided by 2, sorry, it's just going to spawn it right in the middle, right in the center of the player. One thing though, what is our origin point set to? Nothing. I don't think we don't want it to spawn right from the middle, but we'll have to go back and edit that after. Just because you don't throw presents from your stomach, you kind of throw them from your hands. So we're going to have to change that depending on how it looks. So let's hit play. And let's see how this works. Jump. I can throw a present and it spins, and I missed. Alright, we got a yellow present now and another green. Oh, that was weird. Why did we get a... Did I throw one in? Was I not paying attention? 2. Okay, so that is an error that we're going to go through and fix. Okay, so what we're going to do here is, I'm just going to exit off here. First, the chimney. Let's set the origin point to... Let's set the Y to 5. Perfect. So we want the origin point to be right along the top here. And we're going to hit OK. And this will screw up our spawn here. So let's change this back to 32. Yeah, so I've just gone into the OBJ rooftop, gone into the line of code where we create the chimney, and I've changed that to 32 just slightly, just because we're changing the origin point a bit, so I think that will affect our code also slightly. And in the OBJ chimney, we're going to, in the step event, we're going to say if place underscore meeting x y plus 1 y minus 1 actually obj present, then we're going to do the good old, I believe if we do, no, dang it, does that not work anymore? We're going to do global.presence plus equals 1, and then we're going to go back into our present. No, that's not our present. Let's scroll down a bit. Back into our present, and we're just going to take out the global.presence plus equals 1. So that way it will only add one to score if it hits the top of the chimney, because what was happening is the presents were flying over and they were hitting kind of, you know, the side of the chimney, and we don't really want that. We only want it to hit if it's coming from the top. So let's hit play and let's try this again. Oh, dang it. Well, GG. Okay, throw a present. Of course we missed. Throw a present. There we go, that's one. Oh, man, did it do it again? I can't tell, it's too tough to tell. Okay, this is extremely easy to fix. You know what we're gonna do? Let's go up here to our chimney and let's modify the collision box, and let's just make it just this top part. So that way it has to hit the very top. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Probably because I don't know what I was gonna say there. Let's try this one more time. Didn't add one to score, but if we throw it, didn't add one. If we get it in, dang it. If we get it in, really? If we get, dang it. If we eventually, there we go. There we go. So now collisions work, and that's perfect. Now we do have a slight error. Look at that spam. Like, we don't really want that. So what we're going to do is inside the obj present, inside the obj Santa, we're going to say in the create event, we're going to add a new variable called global.inAir is equal to false. And what we want to do is inAir is going to change depending on if there's already a present in the air. So in the step event, we're going to say in this line of code where we have all our, you know, our space event, our create present, we're going to say global.inAir is equal to true. So if we've hit the space bar, that means that we've created a present, and that means that there's one in the air. So that's perfect. If the present, where's the present? If the present collides with the chimney, we want to set global.inAir to false, because that means that it's no longer in the air, it's done. And we also want to say, we're going to add, actually, let's add a new event. Let's go to other and add outside room and drag in some code. And we're going to say instance underscore destroy global.inAir is equal to false. So if we've gone outside the room or if we've hit the chimney, that basically means we're no longer in the air. And it's only going to create, actually let's go to obj Santa. We need to add one more line of code here, and then that's basically it for the present section. We're going to say end global.inAir is equal to false. So we can only create a new present if there's not one already in the air. So let's hit play and let's test this out. This is going to load up here. Oh, and I can't press, now I can. So I can't press it again until it has left the room. So I'm just going to spam it. That's perfect. So now we don't have a billion presents coming out. So you may want a billion presents, but for my circumstance I don't, just purely because then the score gets complicated and stuff. Because then players can just spam, and if they keep spamming then it just makes it a lot easier to get points. Alrighty, let's, should we continue with this? You know what, actually this, I have, oh yeah, no, let's do it. Let's create a new sprite and let's call this SBR game over. Let's edit it and that, let's make it 200 by 400. No, let's make it 300 by 400. Perfect. And I'm just gonna make this really basic and quickly. I'm gonna make this a grayish color, and I'm going to add some text, which is going to be white. I'm going to set the font to impact so it kind of stays consistent, and I'm going to say game over. Yeah, we may want to change that to like you fell off the roof or something. Game over. And I'm going to place that right there. And I'm going to say add another one, another piece of text, and say play again. And this one's going to be slightly smaller. And then right here, I'm going to add presents delivered. And this one has to be quite small. Presents delivered. Alright, so this is extremely basic. We can always go through and clean it up after, but just for the purpose of this, I just want to keep it as simple as possible. So this is our game over screen. So once we fall off the roof, this is going to pop up. So it says game over, and then it's going to display the presents delivered, and then it's going to allow us to play again, to restart the room. So I'm going to hit the check mark here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this so that is perfect. And inside I'm going to create a new object, and I'm going to call this obj game over. Whoops, game over. And in the draw event, I'm going to add 2 lines of code. Actually, a few lines of code, more than 2. First is draw underscore self, and what this does is this basically draws the sprite as well as anything else you want to draw, like text or health bars, stuff like that. Then I'm going to say draw underscore set font to font score, draw underscore set color to see white. Let's make this a lowercase s. And let's set this to, not set anything, let's do draw underscore text, x plus 10, y plus 3, this is just random numbers, global dot presence. So the point of this is so that it draws the amount of presents kind of in this area. We're going to have to play around with that because I can tell you that those are probably not the correct numbers. But we'll find out in a moment. So let's just set the sprite to SBR game over. Man, this is a really quick section. I hope you guys understand a bit. I'm just going to go through really quick just to make sure. So what we've done here is we're drawing the obj game over sprite, but we're also going to draw the amount of presents on top of that sprite so that the player can see what their score was. In obj Santa, let's go to the step event, and down here I'm going to say if y is greater than room underscore height plus 50. So if we have basically that's just saying if we've fallen out of the room, if we've fallen below the room, kind of this way, then instance underscore create room underscore width. That is my telephone. I will be right back. Where were we here? We were creating, oh yes, okay, so room underscore width divided by 2, room underscore height, and then obj game over. So what this is going to do is it's basically just going to create the object at the very bottom of our room here, right in the center. There's one thing I need to add inside the obj game over is we're going to add a step event, and we're just going to say y plus equals 10, and we're going to say if actually wait, if y is less than or equal to room underscore height divided by 2. Actually, we're going to say this. If it's greater, holy crap, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm a bit frazzled after that phone call. I'm going to say if y is greater than room underscore height divided by 2, then we're going to move up. So basically, that's just going to allow us to keep moving up until we hit the center of the room. So let's hit play and let's test this out. So we're running, we're throwing presents around. Oh goody, oh we fall, dang it. Well, that didn't work too well, did it? You know why? because first off, this needs to be minus. The depth needs to be -10. Let's see if that works now. Oh god. Wow. This tutorial just... There we go. Why is it doing that? Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot about this. In the OJ Santa, we're going to say right after this, right in this if statement here where we create it, we're going to say if y is that, and then we're going to add the and sign, the shift 7 to and signs, and instance underscore exists obj game over. So if we've fallen off the room and there is not an instance underscore exists, if there is not already an obj game over, we're going to create a game over. So that way it's only going to create one. That big gray space was there just because it was constantly creating new ones over and over and over. We don't really want that. The other thing I want to do is in the obj syntax, back into the step event, I want to set this to room underscore height plus 100. So that way it comes straight up from the bottom, not spawning kind of part way in the middle, if you know what I mean. You might have noticed that just because of where origin points are set. Jumping. Oh, no, oh, dang it, game over. Presents delivered 0. So as you can see, we got to fix this here. So let's move that 0 over in the draw. Let's move it this way. Let's make this 50, and let's make this 30. Let's see how that looks. Oh man, I'm still gonna beat my friend's high score. Oh man, what did he got, like 17 or something? Well, oh no, oh. Well, that wasn't right at all. We're going to set this to -30. Let's set this to -40 actually. Let's see how that looks. Let's hit play. And oh, right away we fell. There we go. Let's make it 45. It's very precise. Whenever you're doing text and score and all that stuff, it's always we've fallen, game over. So we've delivered 0 presents. Now let's add one more thing here in obj game over. Let's add a mouse left pressed event, and we're just going to drag in some code, and we're just going to say room underscore restart. So all this is going to do is that if we click on obj game over, then it's going to restart the room. So it allows us to play again. Oh, we've fallen. Okay, let's play again. Oh, we've fallen. Okay, let's play again. You see? So if we actually play it this time and we see what our high score is, dang it. Okay, so we get 1. Oh, 2. Look, we're already pros at this game. 3. Nope, not 3. Don't know why that wasn't 3. I actually don't think it actually came close to hitting it. Boom. Okay. Well, let's fall off. Oh no. There we go. So we've delivered 3 presents and now we can play again. So of course you guys edit this to however you want it. I actually ask that you please do, because this is doesn't look very good, not Christmassy at all. But yeah, so that is, wow, this was a longer tutorial today. So we've added, let's review here. Today what did we do? We added presents, the ability to add to score, and this game over option menu. I hope you guys understood what was going on here. I'm just really quickly, in case you didn't, I'm going to go back through the obj game over. So what this is going to do here is this if statement is it's going to continuously move our obj game over up from its original spawn point until it reaches the center of the room. So that's this room underscore height divided by 2. So if our height is 480 tall, it's just going to go and go until it hits 240, and then it's going to be smack in the center of our room. Left press, when we click on it, room underscore restart just basically restarts the level. For the draw event, what we have here is, I've actually gone through this, we're just drawing the score. OBJ present, let's go into step event really quickly here. We're saying if v speed is equal to -10, so if we've reached -10 v speed, then we're going to start going back down. V speed plus equals 6. X plus equals 2 just continuously moves us right, so it kind of moves right a bit. OBJ underscore angle plus equals rotation. Rotation is a random number that we've chosen between 1 and 4. That is what random range does, is it takes two inputs, two parameters, I guess you could say, 1 and 4, and that's the beginning and the end, so it'll pick between those two numbers. If place underscore meeting x, y plus 1 OBJ chimney, so if we've collided with the top of the chimney, then we're going to destroy ourselves, and we're going to say global.inError is equal to false, because what global.inError basically just controls spam of the buttons. Wow, that was a really quick run through. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Happy holidays to everyone out there, and I believe there will probably be one more after this, and I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.